Hi, welcome to our Friday Cochise Cooperative Extension Farmers Market food demo. So today we're going to make a veggie wrap. So when I went to the farmers market yesterday, one of the things I noticed is that fresh greens are really abundant, and really wanted to use some of those in a cold kind of lunch dish. So this is something you could have for light dinner. If you saw our YouTube video at the roasted veggies, roasted veggies would make a great side for a veggie wrap if you wanted to make this a dinner. So it has a lot of potential for a lot of different things. I'm going to talk about some of the other things you can put in them if you want to get kind of different flavors going as well. So let's get started. We'll start with carrots. So carrots were back, and I've got some shredded here. So I'm going to show you how I did that. They're super duper cute. So we're just going to pull out our discard bowl and give it a quick peel. And I'm just going to cut the tip off of it. And then I have my box grater here. So you want to be careful with this and just grate it just like you would cheese. If you don't have a grater, it's okay. You could just cut it up really thin. This does make really fast work of it. And if you're like me and you're afraid to get your fingers, just save that top part and set it aside and cut it up for carrot chips or carrot sticks. So we have some shredded carrots. And then next we're gonna do cucumber. So the same with the cucumber. Probably just keep this discard bowl handy. I'm going to give it a slight trim. These particular cucumbers from the farmers market, the skin is totally fine. It's not very thick. Of course, they're not waxed because they're super fresh, so you don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to cut this as thin as possible. If you have a mandolin, this is a great thing to do on that, because you can get really thin cuts, but that's not necessary to have. I'm just gonna go slow with the cucumber slices. And then I'm gonna give them a cut in half, and then I'm gonna give them another cut so that they're in quarters. And I'm just gonna scooch those carrots over, and I'm gonna put them right in that bowl for us to use. Okay, so next, I have romaine lettuce and arugula. So arugula looks like this, and depending which vendor you get it from, it may be a little bit smaller or a little bit bigger. Arugula has a little bit of a peppery flavor, so I really like it in things like wraps because it gives a little pop of flavor. So this particular one has a little bit harder stem, so I'm just going to kind of trim that out like that. Make sure that you clean all of your lettuces and produce really well. The vendors do a great job keeping everything clean, but you just want to make sure, especially since it's not cooked, that you give it a good wash, because sometimes there is a little bit of soil or stuff like that. So with the romaine, I'm just going to take the very tip of it off. Hello, how are you, Stephanie? Hi, Q. All right. So I'm just gonna roll these up together and kind of cut them in ribbons. There we go. So all of this produce that I'm using, you can use your SNAP benefits with. So I'm just going to set those in our bowl as well. And just helps your money go far. So you could use a double up bucks on all of these because this is all Arizona grown. All of these vendors grow their things right here in Arizona. So the next thing we're gonna add are some tomatoes. Now you can get tomatoes at the market. These particular ones are from my garden. My yellow pear tomato plant is producing like crazy right now. So I'm just gonna give these a quick slice. These are kind of juicy, so I'm hoping they don't spurt everywhere. All right. And little cherry tomatoes are really great for kids. They make a really good snack. If you cut them in half, they're perfect to eat. Of course, you have to be careful about the age on that too. You don't want to have a choking hazard. All right, so we've cut all of those things up. That's going to be our filling for our wraps. And before we started, I cut up some green onion and basil from my garden as well. So we're going to add that in. All right, so I'm going to move everything over that we don't need. So for wraps, I got these tortillas at the farmer's market. There's different kinds and different things you can use. These particular ones are made with mesquite flour. And so I had to get these because mesquite flour is a great way to use some of the plants that we have in our area naturally. Sometimes at the market, there is a table that has information about using mesquite flour, and they sell it. So you can make like cookies with it if you like, but these are tortillas. And as you can see, they're nice and brown, and they also have spinach, and I think there was chipotle as well. So I just kind of want to show you how beautiful these are. All right. So what's important about these tortillas is to keep them refrigerated because they are fresh, and there's no preservatives, so they won't last if you leave them out on your counter. So you definitely want to put those in the refrigerator. All right. So I have warmed up our little skillet. To make these more pliable, it makes it a little bit easier to warm them up. So I'm going to put them on there and let them warm. And I'm going to wipe this off. There we go. So we're going to do two kinds of wraps today. We're going to do one that's more of a Greek style, and then another that is more of just a veggie kind of a style. So there we go. They smell good. You can really smell the nuttiness. All right, so we're gonna start here. So the first one we're gonna do, I'm gonna do cream cheese. And cream cheese is usually very popular with kids. So this will work. I'm just gonna take my knife and spread a little bit of cream cheese on the tortilla. And I usually buy the whipped cream cheese for this type of thing. It makes it a little bit easier to handle. So there we go. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of cheese. And then we're gonna take a sprinkle of our carrots. And a sprinkle of our basil and green onion. And then a little bit of the romaine and arugula. Some tomatoes. And then cucumbers. So there we go. And that is all of the elements. Now I also have here some salsa that I got at the farmer's market, and this is a mild avocado and tomatillo salsa. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on that on there because I really like that. And you're just going to fold the ends in and give it a little wrap, just like that. So one of the things that's kind of important about wraps is to not overstuff them. It's really easy to put too much stuff in them. So I'm going to set that one right there, and I'm going to get my other tortilla. And this one, we're going to do more of a Greek style. So I have some hummus here that I've been eating for lunch for a couple days. Need a couple more pieces of silverware. I'm pretty lucky I have that right there. And so I'm just going to take this and spread that on there. Give it a light spread. A few weeks ago, we did make our own hummus. So if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to make your own hummus with flavors that you really like, and then use that in wraps, I would highly recommend that. That would be a really good idea. And so we're going to do the same. A little bit of carrot, a little bit of the lettuce mix, a little bit of tomato. If you wanted to get real fancy, you could change up the veggies in each one, make it fit what you'd like. A little bit of this, a little bit of the basil and the onion. Okay, and then to make this one more of a Greek style wrap, I have pepperoncinis. Now, if you were serving this for your kid, these might be a little umpy, but I'm having trouble getting a hold of them. But there we go, a couple of those. And then a little bit of feta cheese, because I love feta. And you can buy reduced fat feta. And then if you wanted to, you could put some olives on there. All right, so same thing. Oh, this one's a little bit crispy on the edge. I let it sit too long. So we're gonna just wrap it just like this. There we go. And voila, you have 2 wraps. And to make them easy, get back in there. We're just gonna cut them in half. And then you could serve these for lunch, or you could serve these for dinner. If you wrap them up tight, you could make little snacks out of them. So there we are, great. Actually, I should turn these around so that you can see the beautiful colors in there. Perfect, thank you all so very much. I hope to see you at the farmer's market next Thursday. I think we're going to have some surprises for our customers that come in and use their SNAP benefits. So be on the lookout for that. And we'll see you then. Okay, have a great day. Bye.